Welcome back, adventurers. Imagine this, you're cruising through the crystal clear waters of Greece, living the dream, when suddenly everything comes to a halt. Our boat is impounded by armed police because of our customs violation again. We also sail from Vathy to Kos and share the dedicated Raymarine system that has been created especially for Portofino yachts. So join us for this hair-raising adventure and kick off your shoes and come barefoot with us. We are John and Ellie, the Barefoot Doctors, sailing and travelling around the globe. Join us as we share the adventure and explore the beauty of the world, because life is better barefoot.
After an absolutely lovely stay in Vathy on Kalymnos, hiding from storms, it was time to go. We were headed for Kos, with a view to then checking out and heading to Turkey. Little did we know of the big challenges we would be facing. As you motor out of Vathy on the north side, there is a lovely large cave with a rope swing, and of course we had to stop and enjoy this experience. Kalymnos, and we started off with a nice northwesterly wind which is right behind us. Well, after about an hour that died, but now it's come to the west and obviously we're heading south, so that's quite a favourable direction. But look at our boat speed. I've just turned the engine off, it's not running but it's in neutral, so there's no power going through the engine, but we're getting 6 knots in 10 knots of wind, so true winds.
Pop it in the microwave. Remember, we used to have a friend that had a microwave, and we didn't have a microwave on Albadash, and she'd say, oh yeah, this recipe's easy, and you just then pop it in the microwave. And we used to laugh and say, oh, we just pop it in the microwave. But now we do.
Salad and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. One of those other little jobs you have to do when you have leather cover on your steering wheel. So this is what the leather looks like after 2 years in the sun. Pretty sad looking, isn't it? And I have just put some leather shoe polish on this half. So this was exactly like that. Then I put some shoe polish on it, and look how lovely it comes up, so much better. So the moral of the story, guys, is get some brown shoe polish. If you have a leather covering on your steering wheel like this, don't wait 2 years to do it. I must say I was a little bit remiss, but there you have it. But it's very nice, it comes up very well. The leather is not damaged, so the result is very nice. Wash that rope a little bit and it looks a lot better. So just to let you know how things are going, this is obviously the wind's kind of coming and going a bit, but just to give you a sense of how the Leopard 45 performs in light winds. We are just sailing with the Genoa and the main, obviously full main and full Genoa, but we have got very good performance. As I say, 5 knots in 7 knots of wind, or 6 knots of boat speed and 9 knots of wind. Wind looks like it's fading away again. Our destination is there. Need a bit of grease in that vang again, but that's a simple matter. But lovely calm day and lovely blue seas. Look at that. Actually, interesting thing here today, as you can see, we are flying the Greek flag, but we are sailing very close to Turkey here, because we were speaking some charter boat people who charter every single year with a captain, and they were telling us that although in the past it seemed that the Turkish warships were patrolling the boundaries and getting very aggressive with people if they strayed across the sea border in the middle of the water. Apparently nowadays they are not bothering and they're letting people go by without getting aggressive. When we were first here 3 seasons ago, we did hear the warships warning people, saying you have violated Turkish territory and this is a criminal offence, and sounding very aggressive. But I must say, last year and this year we haven't heard it at all. So perhaps they have softened and they're not doing it anymore, because when we have been following diligently the boundaries of the sea and increasing significant distances to our sailing days, we also see other boats just going straight across, clearly with Greek flags on, straight across, taking the shortcut. Yeah, we think, I wonder how dangerous that is. The wind looks like it's dying even more, which is pretty sad. That's down to 6 knots, good grief. Okay, we could put the code 0 up and get probably 3.5 or 4 knots, but I don't want to work that hard, so we'll just put the engine on and see if the wind comes back. Leave the sails up, but put the engines on and hopefully the wind will come back in another half hour or so.
On your mark. Get set. Nicely done. We want to see the pockets.
So
Oh yes,
Show the
got
pockets.
It's got a hood too.
And the hood.
I know. Look how
Just
cool
in
it
case
is.
So this is
shy.
like the beach wear.
Yeah,
Casual
it's in
wear.
anything wear. You can wear it with jeans. You can wear it with swimmers. You can wear it with dresses. Look how cute that is. That is so cute. Hey guys, with all the exciting stuff that's going to be happening in 2025, especially the launch of our new aluminium Portofino cat, you don't want to miss out on any of that.
So hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and come along with us for an awesome ride, guys.
It's going to be great, so don't miss out. So what we didn't show you guys is the drama that has unfolded with the cruising permits. So we're going to share that with you. But there's always a drama. It's just the depth that varies.
So guys, Turkey's just over there. There's white horses. It looks like about 25 knots. We have just come from Port Police, and we have also done customs, and we've done passport control.
Sorry. We're going to have a coffee first and relax because it's been a little traumatic.
A little traumatic. A little traumatic. So should we tell the story?
Tell the story.
Our boat was impounded again. Impounded again.
Yeah, I mean, it seems
Holy
like a bit of a pattern,
dooly.
don't you think?
So I came to Greece last year, got the tapais, got them all sorted for the whole 7 months. We had to pay 8 months of tapais because our months overlapped. We went to check out, and the customs people said, oh, there's a problem,
And you hate it when you say that.
your heart just sinks. And they said you should have left by the 24th of April, which is 6 months from when we first arrived.
But it's about 3-4 weeks ago.
That was 3 weeks ago. And so they took the tapai, the cruising log off us. They got the police, the port police this is customs, got the port police to send a policeman around to our boat just to say that our boat is impounded and we're not allowed to leave until we sort it all out with customs.
So we were impounded.
We were impounded overnight, officially.
We were locked on board.
Yeah.
And the police came to our boat armed with sidearms to tell us to not leave. Crew cut like SAS guys. So,
And the captain wasn't on board. There was just me.
We were walking along the dock because we'd just been visiting a fellow follower of our Peter from our channel, and we were just walking along close to the boat, and we saw Jill going like that.
There's the captain.
That's them.
Not me.
Oh, every man for himself, Jill.
actually, because we wanted to get it sorted out. I think they were just worried we were going to do a runner.
Yeah.
So we were impounded last night. We then had an appointment with the manager of customs this morning at 8 a.m. The Tapai is valid for 18 months. Nowhere on the website does it say you can only use it for 6 months. And when we were in Rhodes, customs there, we went to customs to try and close the Tapai, so we weren't paying the I went to customs to try and close the Tapai, so I wasn't paying the €100 a month cruising permit, but they said no, just pay the Tapai. The boat's in the water, you can't get out of paying the Tapai. So I did what I was told. I paid the Tapai for the 4 months we weren't here, come back, sail for a couple of months, try to leave, and then they say, oh no, your Tapai wasn't cancelled, therefore you have to pay a fine of €307. Eventually that was the bottom line. Customs in Rhodes not tell us the right information about when I requested for them to cancel our Tapai and hold the thing. They didn't do it. They said no, just pay the Tapai. So we then got a €300 fine on top, and also they didn't fill in the form correctly, saying that the Tapai was valid only until the 24th of April. So I am remarkably, phenomenally annoyed at the complete uselessness of, and there's the customs office, not their fault. I would say it's the customs office in Rhodes that did the wrong thing by us. These people were very friendly and happily gave us the fine, which we paid, and they did it also quickly. When I had the same thing happen in Rhodes, it took them 3 days to process the fines and all that, and I was spent like 4 hours at a time waiting for people and waiting for officers. We paid the €307, but anybody that's not an EU citizen sailing in Greece with the cruising permit, remember that you can only use it for 6 months before the boat has to be used by somebody else. Now obviously everybody, a non-EU, has a 90-day Schengen rule, so you go in and out every 6 months, so you should be fine. But if you overlap your time or you put your boat up in a marina and continue paying the Tapai, you'll also get a €300 fine. So guys, beware.
When we were in the office, she said lots of Australians actually get this mixed up, and John said, well, it's not written anywhere, and she said, oh, it's the old rules. And John said, well, it's still not written anywhere, you know. So I'm kicking him under the table because he's getting his temper up, and I'm kicking him under the table to keep him.
I wasn't getting my temper up. I was just trying to stay.
You were exasperated.
I was exasperated because how is anybody meant to know what the rules are if they're not public? And I even said on the Tapai site, there is nothing mentioning this rule. She said, oh no, that's not a Tapai rule. That's another rule from, you know, other departments. So how are we meant to know about it?
But it also doesn't affect EU people, and it also depends on where the boat is flagged. So there's another bit of a grey rule there too. So if you're cruising Greece, guys, get all the information. John's very diligent. He, you know,
but I asked the marina, I asked a yacht agent in Rhodes, and we asked the customs. So we got 3 people telling us, no, if your boat's in the marina, you have to pay the Tapai. So, I mean, I'm exasperated. Yeah. It's just phenomenally frustrating.
We've got a bum steer.
Okay.
Anyway, we're going to have a coffee and we're going to relax and de-stress, and then we're going to head to Turkey. Woohoo!
Just to give you some background information about why this was so irritating, in the previous year we had been advised by the Rhodes Coast Guard if the boat was out of use and we were abroad, we did not need to pay the Tapai, even if it was still in the water. So we got a €300 fine in that year as well, and the boat was impounded. So this year I triple checked to make sure I was doing everything right, and it seemed to make no difference. I got tripped up on another rule anyway. Of course you can use agents, and these cost around €100 to €150 per entry, and it is probably a good idea to make it easy and take the stress off yourself. However, as you can see from our experience, some agents do not do the right things anyway, and you may well end up getting a fine despite using an agent. So really, don't get too upset if you do fall foul of this Tapai legislation, as it is very complicated and unclear, and I think there might be some deliberate misinformation being provided to cruisers, and there is also significant ignorance within the customs officers as to what the various rules imply. A Rhodes customs agent was trying to find me on another occasion, but fortunately a yacht agent behind me told the customs officer that he was incorrect in relation to our company registration, and as a result the customs officer just backed down and I left unscathed that time. So guys, cruising Greece is really wonderful, but try and keep your paperwork in correct order and don't get too hurt if you fall foul and have to pay a fine. They don't confiscate your boat or anything serious like that. They just skim you for a few €100. And getting the agents to do the work certainly seems to reduce the irritation, frustration, and seems to get things done much more quickly.
In Australia, we have trifle. Here, we have chocolate pie. It's got just a little bit of fruit on the top, a lot of chocolate, and some vanilla bean cream.
From the trees. It comes from the trees.
What a surprise! Chocolate pie.
Chocolate trifle.
So what are you having, Julie?
I have these cannelloni.
Pistachio cannelloni with ice cream.
Look at the glee on their faces.
This is our payment for all that pain and suffering of customs and 45-minute waits at Port Authority, and then because of that the customs office was closed, so we had to wait till the next morning. All the joys of boating. Such a lot of fun.
Look at what I'm having. Cheesecake. Not to be
tell you is that she doesn't actually eat it all. Unlike John and I, we eat all of ours. She eats a tiny bit.
It will be shared. Anyway, we're very relieved. We're done and dusted, celebrating and ready to go to Turkey. Woohoo!
So today we are going to show you the Raymarine system that has been specifically designed for Portofino boats.
We are here with Lloyd, and I would like to introduce you. Is our
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Lloyd. I'm Ellie.
friend and Raymarine technician.
All right, okay.
15 years of cooperation with him. Because many years ago we was selling an installation point Raymarine, and we was doing millions of dirhams of business with Raymarine. We have in the past an amazing cooperation with Raymarine. Raymarine UK was here last week.
Yeah,
Regional
sales director.
Is that right?
The sales area manager from UK.
So Raymarine has actually visited here, the facility, the regional director, and then he saw the facility, the ideas behind the boat building, etc.
Oh, yeah.
So they really liked it. And, Portofino is obviously going to be on a OEM level. Yeah, so that's where we were designing and explaining, the system.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so how the system is going to be, and what are the changes, what are the modification is going to do.
Right,
Yeah. So, as you know, Mr. Rafael has vast knowledge on the marine industry, so obviously it's very good. Yeah.
Raymarine has got a really good name.
Yeah.
It's a really great brand, and it's very reliable, and we've used it over the years, haven't we?
Yeah. And the network is really good. Wherever you are, you're in Mediterranean, you're in Europe, you're in Asia, Australia, in New Zealand. So network is really good.
The good thing that we are going to design a page on the screen. They will upload on the Raymarine system our design with the design of Portofino.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's very cool.
Everything is customized.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Also, we have the automation.
You have been designing the system specifically for Portofino, have you?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So this is the first boat, as we are collaborating with the Portofino company, and then the 47 feet catamaran boat. So we are suggesting a complete navigation system where all the electronics related to the navigation is included.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So that's very exciting.
All that information can be visible through the electronics. So that's what you can see here. So what we have proposed here is a VLAW system, VLAW's MFD and a flybridge MFD, and related navigation equipment. For example, radar, wind system, a VHF radio, IP cameras, autopilot system, YachtSense digital switching, YachtSense link router, AIS. So you name it, we have included everything. And then, addition to that, we have included Starlink which will also connect to the YachtSense Link router. So this will give you internet on board. So one single YachtSense link can give you access to the Raymarine. Also, it can give you access to your internet. That can give you access to your Raymarine suite. Also, it can give you an internet connection.
If it's linked to our Starlink, we can actually log on from our phone through our Starlink to see what the boat's doing.
Correct, yeah.
And we can turn on lights, turn off lights, all that. Is that what?
Yeah, that's also possible. That's on an advanced level.
Right.
So remotely you can turn on, turn off the lights or any other device. For example, you have a seakeeper on board, you want to turn it on before you come on board. So you can do that. You can turn on AC. So that is also possible.
But probably more importantly, it'll tell us the position, and if we're off the boat and the anchor alarm goes off, can it send us a...
Yeah, it can send you the notification as well. So you can open your smartphone Raymarine app and see those information.
That'll be very reassuring, because probably the most nerve-wracking thing is when you're away from your boat, you come back and you think, is my boat still there? Because sometimes it hasn't been. We've actually, our boat sometimes drifted off.
Yeah, right.
Can you brief us, Lloyd, about the YachtSense? Because the YachtSense can do a lot of things.
So on the YachtSense Link digital switching, so what we have been doing with the Portofino company is that we are connecting the lights, the navigation lights, the interior lights, the bilge pumps, the tank sensors. So this will give you an advantage over the traditional buttons. For example, if the navigation lights are connected to YachtSense digital switching, so one of the lights is not working and you're underway using the engine or the sail, and one of the light is not working. So it's hard to, if you're inside the cabin, it's hard to know whether this light is working or not. So in that case, the system can give you alarm that your port navigation light is not working or starboard navigation light is not working. So that gives you an extra edge on digital switching. Also having advantage of connecting your tank sensors. So basically tank sensors, you can set up a level threshold. For example, if the tank sensors are going below 10%, so you want to automatically turn off the tank sensors. So that programming can be done on the system.
Yeah, that's
very impressive.
Very exciting, actually.
Very exciting. How exciting are you?
Hallelujah!
Add one information, then it's very important. This digital switching is an I/O system. I/O means input-output system. You can acquire information, but you can also power device. So I decide from any screen connected to the system, correct me if I'm wrong, including the iPad, I can decide to switch on and off some circuit. The system is open to design whatever you want, but I can also acquire information. And we'll acquire a lot of information in the system that will be displayed on the Raymarine screen. And I would like to highlight that everything you see here is branded Raymarine. So one supplier, one service, and you don't have to mix different hardware from different companies, then may be a problem in the future.
Hallelujah!
First, because when you mix different brand, you have to call two people for the problem when you have a gray zone that could be in one side or in the other. Second, because Raymarine is everywhere. And it's one brand, one service in the world. This is very important for us because we have good relation with the local dealer since many years. We work together, but you have thousands and thousands of service points in the world.
But also Raymarine has AnyDesk app on the screens built into it. So if you have facing any issues, any technical person can get into access, check the, what's going on with the network.
Great, that's great.
Yeah. Back to digital switching. So we have master module here, repeater module here. This is one of the critical thing which I didn't explain you. So each module has a screen built into the module. So basically you can see each channel, what is a power draw, and you can see each channel what it's doing. Also it has a manual override, so you can change the fuse and override the channels. For example, any condition if something is not working, so that can be possible on digital switching.
Okay, so when you say manual override, so there's a switch, so I want to turn.
There's a fuse, and for each channel you have a fuse. When you remove the fuse, you change place of the fuse, and you bypass Raymarine.
Oh, okay, okay.
Completely.
Okay.
There's a mechanical bypass. One very important information that we have to give to your followers. This system is not only an I/O interface that can acquire or delivery information or power, but we can, or better, they can customize the page of the software. So, for example, we have one page. As you know, our boat have 8 bilge pumps. And we have a page with the 8 bilge pumps, and you always know if one of them has been worked, even for a few seconds. The light will come on in this display, and you get an alarm from the system. One bilge pump has been worked. You have the diagram of the bilge pump, you know which one in which compartment has been worked. It will, until you don't acknowledge the alarm, it will stay red.
Right.
Wow.
And you have to push the button to clear the alarm.
Wow, that's
After
so
that
good.
is your choice to go and have a look.
Yes.
If you don't have a look, what happened?
Yeah.
But in any case, we have another alarm, because how the boat is designed for each bilge pump. You have 2 sensors. One to operate the pump, but if the pump is not working or the water leak is bigger than the pump capacity, we have the second switch above the first.
Yeah.
And if the water reaches the second switch, is not anymore an acknowledgement there, but is a very loud alarm in the boat, because that is an emergency.
Yeah.
So we have that much of water in the bilge. So there you need to wake up all the boat and have a look what happened. Everything is recorded in the page, and we have many pages custom made by Raymarine for Portofino. We have also one page. We require to them to build one page for the engine room temperature, because we have an engine room. For each engine room, we have a sensor with the temperature of the engine room connected with the blower. So from the page Raymarine, you can operate the blower, but you can know also what is the temperature of your engine room. And again, you can set up a threshold, because if you are in a cold place, you can set up a higher threshold, lower threshold, sorry. But if you are in a very cold place, 40 degrees normal, so if you set up the alarm at 40 degrees, it's not going to work. So in a very simple way, you can adjust the threshold of the temperature of the engine room. The fan of the engine room is the same of the air conditioning, so 0 noise.
Wow.
When the fan of the engine room starts, you can sleep. Because we order spare parts from the company of the AC to be used as a blower of the engine room to take the hot air outside. Absolutely silent.
Wow.
So all these custom-made pages will be made by the software engineer Raymarine, and you'll manage all your boat.
Wow, that is fantastic, isn't it? What do you think?
Absolutely phenomenal. Like it's thinking ahead, so that when things break down, we've got solutions. That's really the whole philosophy behind.
Think about it.
So recently, regional sales director was here in UAE.
Yeah.
So he visited Portofino facility, and Mr. Rafael has given a tour of the factory.
Right.
He was really impressed with the changes, the small details which has been taken care. It's really impressive.
Yeah. And then he'll copy them and share them with everybody else.
But after you have to do it.
That's right.
Just to take a picture is easy.
Yeah.
To do it is not the same.
Service is our core. So we do understand what we supply and install. So it's a complete solution what we provide to the customer.
I believed, and from a good product, because Raymarine is a good product, good dealer and good relationship with the dealer, we close the circle.
I'm very excited.
Great.
Congratulations, guys.
Yeah.
What a
Thank you
fantastic
very
project.
much for the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're very excited to see this in the boat. Actually working.
So stay tuned, guys, because it's going to be awesome. Also, thanks to our awesome Patreons for helping us help others in need. Until next week, guys, hold fast to your dreams, for like the wind in the sails, they propel you towards endless possibilities.